I guess let's go ahead and get. We were talking about this right before the show started. Let's go ahead and if I can see the. There we go. What the fuck is up with this? Post Malone spent $2 million on a Magic the Gathering card?
This means money isn't...
Still Malone, folks. The big nerd.
This is just another thing that proves money isn't real.
Here's him with the...
Not for the juice.
Oh. There's the guy who pulled the card.
Oh, have you seen
Who
the
sold
video
it
of
to
him
Post Malone?
pulling the card?
What?
No?
Okay.
Aw, so
Keep
there's
going,
some
keep going.
stupid unboxing fucking... I'm sorry,
Yeah,
unboxing videos are the worst. That's a
No, it's not even an unboxing. It's a pack cracking.
Same difference. That is the worst part of... That is one of the worst parts of society nowadays. People just want to... We want to watch other people open their stuff.
Yeah, I really did. Yo, what up, Yeti? Hey, you missed I played your that music video you sent me earlier today.
Like, we get a pass.
It's fucking
on
awesome.
Christmas morning because at least you get stuff and you've bought stuff for other people. So that means something. You want to see the smile on their face of the gift that they're excited to receive. And no, this is just retarded. Watching people
See that?
unwrap shit.
Eric, come down.
See that?
Yeah, one. Grab the link on the back bar.
I was actually right.
See the...
I wasn't sure if I was right or not.
Yeah. No, you gotta see the dude who actually got the card on a booster. It's timestamped.
He's gonna be a.
It was the fastest
pause it
thing I
for a
could buy.
sec.
Get some volume.
Yeah, hold on. I'm turning down the music.
I'm so
Gotta find it
angry.
first. There it
I'm
is.
so angry that Kyle just didn't call it a pack of cards. He called it a booster pack.
Because that's what they are. That's what they're called.
You got me there.
It's a pack of
You
cards,
got me there.
dude. It's a pack of fucking cards, dude.
It's a booster pack, man. It boosts your cards, your deck. Okay?
It boosts it, man.
That's how you can tell it has nothing to do with sport.
He's shaking.
Well, if I found $2 million, I'd probably be losing my shit too.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, at that point, he didn't know it was $2 million. That's what he agreed
He's
to sell
just,
to Post
nerding
Malone
out,
for.
Yo,
Oh my god!
creaming his
I pulled
pants
the one
without-
ring.
Like, I got
He's-
tomatoes.
he straight up took a picture of this and messaged Post Malone on Twitter or some shit and was like, "Hey, will you give me $2 million for this car?" Nobody judged the value of it or anything.
No, Eric, it's worse than that. There's bodies of, I don't know, companies who do the grading. You know how they do grading of baseball cards and all that?
Yeah.
Comes
Yeah,
back
yeah,
and
yeah.
so he had it graded and then
Post Malone isn't a bad musician. It's just he knew he could make so much more money going into that because he can actually play guitar and fucking sing and shit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he's like, no, I gotta make this music for the fucking retards so I can get super rich.
but you see,
He's
so,
kind of.
you see
He's
this
kind of a
newest one?
burnout now.
He's kind of doing the not as overtly as the fucking cowboy pack, but he's kind of appealing to that crowd.
Well, now
He's gaying it
now
up.
he's doing the old routine of I'm cleaning up and I'm getting sober, I'm getting in shape. I lost 60 pounds or some shit like that.
Country boy.
Do you think some of these fucking musicians and actors get on drugs just so they could have the "I'm getting clean and sober" arc?
No, I don't believe that. I think they
Just
just
like-
can't fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they would have to be like a real sociopath to be like, yeah, that's a good marketing strategy.
And just a few of
Do
them do that.
cocaine for 3 years.
That are most of them like they segue into a life of controlled medical drug use. You know, when you get like fuck you rich.
I don't know how
Mhm.
old Post Malone is, but like in my late or mid 20s, I was like, nah, man, you gotta quit doing all this shit. Like, I realized like you can't do all this shit all the time, all these drugs and shit. It's like you gotta calm
I
the
just
fuck
I
down.
just saw him with like all his face tattoos. I'm just like,
Exactly.
I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy at all.
That's the way I felt about him. And then like I listened to a couple of his songs and a couple of his acoustic songs. I was like, oh, this guy's actually a musician. He just had to do all this stupid tattoo shit because that was the thing at the time.
to get street cred because
Yeah.
he didn't do it for the same reason fucking black people do it. He was a
No.
rich Jew boy who didn't have to work and then could do all that shit with his face.
Exactly. He was like, I'll make a shit ton. I'll make millions. I'll one day be able to buy a $2 million Magic the Gathering card if I get my fucking face tattooed.
Yeah, that was his dream, Derek. Rich Jew Boy sounds like a country song. He's a rich Jew boy.
Is he
grew
Jewish,
up in
Kyle?
the farm.
Is he Jewish? I didn't know that.
I don't know. He looks
I have
Jewish.
no
I don't
idea.
know. But
It's like
when you're paranoid, everyone looks Jewish.
no,
Or
he's the
Lucas.
guy who plays synagogues and bar mitzvahs and like he's tied with the community.
Okay.
Yep.
Because I was like, he just looks like a dirty white person with all the face tattoos.
You're right.
Is that
Right.
is that what we're gonna do next? Get rid of all those face tattoos?
God,
He's-
that would be a lot of laser
Dude, he's
surgery.
going through the Pete Davidson. Celebrities already started doing that. It's the Pete Davidson.
What is it?
Well, he's got to start fucking famous bitches
Oh, yeah.
first.
Maybe Pete Davidson shouldn't let his buddies
Yeah,
tattoo
I
him in
saw a
his
video
basement.
Of it, right? Shakes? I mean,
Right?
yeah, like if you had $2 million,
I think that's it.
like I'd be freaking the fuck out, man. I don't know if there's no audio.
Oh, when Post Malone got the card.
Seems like
Huh?
the price
Haven't
was
saw it.
$1.6 million, but
Holy shit, man.
Well,
There it
am I
is. Yeah, I saw that just a bit ago. They both seem
Well, guys,
happy.
looks like here-
Yeah, I bet so.
You see the little casing?
Alright.
It's graded like
I
a
bet
baseball.
so. Yeah. That's so nuts.
right.
Why would you?
How does somebody grade something like, oh, this is worth $2 million? That sounds like
It's
a number.
not
I don't
the-
know.
no, no,
you
the
go.
grading-
Yep, that's a
Made that
card.
shit up, dude. You
Eric,
made that shit
the
up.
grading. No, the grading it's not the 2 million. It's just how the state of the thing. It's cuffed. It's
And how many
whatever.
was
It
printed?
has dents. It has
Oh,
stains.
hold on. Here's an article about why it's worth $2 million, but look who it's from.
IGN Africa?
They think it's an actual
I
ring.
didn't know they had an IGN in Africa.
Today on IGN, they found the true ring in America. They're gonna
Yeah,
rule
why isn't
them
this
all.
written in pigeon? See, my estimation on price was very lowball compared to where it ended up. Magic the Gathering, a YouTuber told him. He said the most expensive card I've ever seen was an artist proof Black Lotus for $800,000.
All right, now I just figured it out. Post Malone just made an investment, all right?
Mhm.
Because I'm pretty sure on these Magic tournaments, there's some kind of underground betting system.
One of one.
And Post
Oh,
Malone,
you know what they found
Post-
out? I know this is gonna out me as a nerd, but what they found out a few years ago, like all the major like top players in Magic the Gathering were fucking cheating.
dude,
Like every single one of them.
and then Post
Bro.
Malone's gonna quit music, and he's just gonna go around betting money on the Magic the Gathering games he plays. And he's like, I have the one ring card, dude. It's like, I'm gonna win every single time. What does that even say?
It's not even that, Eric.
It's an Elvish.
It's probably not the first Magic the Gathering card he bought. So if you have a bunch of them which are like mid price, which are kind of rare but mid price, and you buy one for like 2 times the market price, you just drag the whole market price up. See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Then you sell on the high.
understand that. And that's why I'm saying it's an investment, because now
Yeah.
he can quit music and become a professional Magic the Gathering card player. And
I wouldn't even say this is a pretty like a well done painting either. Like this is like very
Nah,
like
dude.
rudimentary looking.
Kinda
it
sucks.
looks like the same graphics on a Pog.
It's 4 colorist, bro. Marsh, the owner and CEO of a trading card and buying and selling company, Cash Cards Unlimited, was among the first to put a significant money behind the card, placing a bounty of up to $500,000. That was soon doubled by their rival Dave and Adams. God, these names of these companies, which raised the stakes to $1 million. And then Post Malone was like, I want it. You know what? I would not hate this if he put a gold chain, like with like a gold like holder for the card and just wore it around his neck.
Yep.
You know he's gonna do it.
Dude, I just had a great idea. All right, so I'm already working with this. I'm doing a job for this company that makes like gold and silver coins and inknets and shit like that.
Dewey.
All right,
Ignorance.
I want to have them make me a golden pog slammer in the shape of the One Ring.
Mhm.
How much money do you think that would be worth? How much would nerds pay for that?
Well, one of the things that makes it probably worth so much is the fact that it's officially licensed by the Tolkien estate.
All right, so I gotta pay those old English Jewish people
Yeah.
or something. Is that what you're
Millions.
saying?
Dude, Tolkien's, I think it's his grandson now that's in charge of the estate, is a fucking moron.
But you want your answer to why the art is so bad? Just look at the name of the artist. Some fucking women. Yali.
Belly Nystrom?
Yeah. I remember back in our day too. And Magic the Gathering art was good art made by man. It was fucking good
Yeah.
illustration. Like
Well,
you
one
could
of the
hang that
best
shit
like
on the
Magic
wall.
the Gathering, like one of the best Magic the Gathering like artists that was like there for like 20 or 30 years
Yeah.
was a woman.
Fucker.
You know
And they
the
ran-
names
That
one
of
wasn't good.
I
That
don't know the
wasn't
name.
good.
I don't remember her name, but I remember they ran her out of the business because she was a fucking Trump supporter.
There we go.
It all comes back to
Fucking
Trump.
nerds.
It does, man. It's so fucking gay.
Yeah, when I
I
said like
still can't
woman, I
believe-
mean like some green hair,
Yeah, no,
fucking
I get what you're
stupid
saying,
bitch
but yeah,
that
like,
got hired on the yeah.
yeah, I don't get it.
So were you gonna read this article?
Not all the way. I mean, I'm high.
We
We're
get
doing
the
a
gist.
show. Honestly, like this guy looks like the type that still plays Magic the Gathering in their 30s.
It's a terrible shirt too.
Brooke Trefton.
There he's just in a wife beater. Why?
No, that's not a wife beat. Well, no. Actually, I have to say it's a wife
It's just like
beater.
a white
They're
tank
all
top.
wife
Just-
beaters.
Just like that tank top you were wearing the other day, Till.
Yep.
That's why I can't go back
See,
on you.
no,
were
no,
wearing
you
a
already
wife
said it
beater.
wasn't. You
Yeah,
already said,
yeah,
you
stop
can't, you
myself.
can't back
fucked
it up
up,
now.
Eric. You
I-
fucked up,
I
Eric.
stopped myself immediately.
No.
Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now you fucked
No,
up.
I don't believe
Now
so.
you have fucked up. Mr. President, will you please be quiet? Suck my presidential cock, bitch.
Yeah, I can't believe Post Malone paid $2 million for that fucking thing. That's ridiculous.
Dude, money is
this
nothing.
Speaking of cards, what about that cool card you just?
Oh, god damn it. He's talking about it on Rogan.
Yes.
Dude looks... He's going to tell you snap into a Slim Jim or
Dude,
some bullshit.
This also reminds me of the clip I did watch of Tony Hinchcliffe and Hulk Hogan. I guess Joe Rogan had Hulk Hogan on the show, and Tony is trying to describe how when the Hogan and Rock wrestled, it was one of the, and Rogan is just fucking not having it. He's laughing at them the whole time.
He hates wrestling.
Because like Hogan starts going through the storyline. No, let me show you this, brother, because he can tell Joe's already like, it's so stupid.
There's a couple wrestlers I'd find interesting to actually talk to, but like, I'm gonna be honest, like I wouldn't know anything. I'd have to like, all right, Frozen, you gotta
Dude,
help me out with
Hogan
my
lies.
pre-interview.
Dude, Hulk Hogan lies so much. That fucking clip that I watched on him, Joe Rogan. He's like, yeah, I was at the WCW and I started New World Order. That's not true at all, dude.
I have no idea. I just be like, oh yeah, cool.
Kevin Nash and fucking Razor Ramon, the original two people that left what we call it WWF to go to WCW, started the NWO, and then Hogan came. He was like, "Oh, I'm going to be the villain now, and I'll be part NWO."
Be like, no, brother, I meant like I was there at the
But
beginning.
like he said it so casually. He's like, "Yeah, I started NWO," and it's like, what?
He's the Al Gore of
I
wrestling.
remember watching
yeah,
that as a
fuck,
child.
man.
You
What'd you
definitely
buy?
didn't.
Dude, these tattoos are awful.
You bought some wacky card, right?
I bought a crazy card. Probably the
Rogan's like a
dumbest
wacky
thing.
card. He's already making fun of him.
Not dumbest, but like most irresponsible
That's too
use
much
of
ink.
my money I've ever experienced. I bought a $2 million Magic the Gathering card.
Wow.
All right, okay, no.
Wow.
I want to know how much fucking that fucking tank Rogan sits in. Isolation tank.
Oh, that was probably at least a half a mil.
Yeah.
Easy.
Especially the ones Rogan has, like custom
But
made.
that's at least something that's like, you know, it's you might think it's dumb, but it's like it's at least a piece of machinery and like architecture in his home. He bought a piece of card stock.
It's a tank
for $2
filled
million.
with water. It's a large
Salt.
size barbecue that you can fill with water and close the door.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not arguing.
That's a portrait of what on his shoulder? A portrait of who?
I believe that's Johnny Cash.
Really?
It's Johnny Cash. Yeah.
He picked that off the fucking hot sheets in
Yeah.
the front.
On the John says, "Welp, R.I.P. stream. Don't worry, I'm unlisting these after the show. All the replays are on Rumble."
What kind of market is there for a $2 million? Are you bidding against yourself? Are there other people that are like, I'm in?
He was like, all right, well, Posey said you can
Is
get
he wearing-
2.5 for it.
Diamond canine teeth.
Yes. And also, I just lost so much respect for him because he was like, Posty said, that's his nickname for himself.
Third
Posty
person.
said.
No. Yeah, you're going off the deep end.
Yep.
I put a gun in my mouth and blow my scalp off if we weren't on YouTube.
Fuck, 2.6. But
If you're gonna
man, I don't know.
delete it,
It's so
whatever.
it's a Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I'm gonna delete it, whatever.
We're gonna die.
Dude, that would be great to have the ability to like regenerate like Wolverine and just use like your constant just like maiming of yourself as like just punchlines for things. Like, man, this DMV's killing me. Bah!
The other thing, though, is like, if you can afford to buy a $2 million fucking magic card, you're like, yeah, I can fucking say whatever I want or refer to myself in third person. I can seem crazy.
I mean, I don't care how much money I have. I would still go home like after the and be like, did I sound gay?
Yeah.
That's like, come off like a loser because I feel like I came off like a loser.
Yeah, but referring to yourself in the third person is pretty fucking weird.
Yeah.
It is weird.
There's only one of them.
There's only one card.
Mm-hmm. There's only one of them. So out of all the boosters, all the collectors packs they sold, that was the one. And a guy in Toronto, his name's Brooke. He's he's an absolute fucking
Canadian.
legend. And he worked at
Fucking
Costco,
Canadians.
and he went to his local game.
Well, as long as it gives
Turn the
you
volume
Tweet is
on,
muted.
too.
Very much so.
I would give that away. Somebody gave me one of those, I'd give it to you.
Yeah,
it's me,
man.
right?
No,
Like
it's
that's
good
so
show.
cool and
He said if somebody gave him a $2 million card, he would just give it
Yeah,
to
we
us.
couldn't hear it because the volume wasn't on.
Oh, it should be. Should be.
You had to mute the dono, remember?
Yeah, I muted the dono.
You also,
What does that have to do with what does it do with the video?
I don't know, but it's not playing.
It's not the
you
same
didn't get mad at
slide.
us.
Yeah, really. You trying to blame me? But
Hold on,
you got
hold
one
on.
guy in South Florida and you have one guy in Brazil both going, it's muted. And you're like, no, fuck these guys. It's not muted.
Yeah, I can't.
It shouldn't be muted. Here, let me redo it. It might have fucked up because I went to like just a window without audio. How about now?
This.
Yes,
Fuck,
sir.
I wish
Posty
you
would
pulled
like
it.
it.
I wish you pulled it.
I would have
No,
just gave
it's
it to you.
okay.
100.
It's fine now.
It's
It's
working.
working. It's
Okay, you sons of bitches,
Fucking
asshole.
Lucas.
working.
100%, I would have just gave it to you.
But yeah, I don't know. I love. Have you ever played Magic the Gathering?
No.
Joe Rogan.
No.
You
No.
would be a beast.
I don't think I would.
Oh, don't do this. Don't do this,
Yeah,
Post.
come on, man. Come on,
Don't do
Posty.
this.
Come on, Posty.
No one needs you to apostatize for Magic the Gathering. I mean, I don't hate the game. I kind of hate where, Wizards of the Coast has gone the last few years, but like, it's an alright game. Like, it's as good as any other game, I'd guess.
Dude, this is Magic the Gathering.
I never played it. My older brother used to, and now he's kind of back into
That's
it.
what this is. This is Magic the Gathering, the person. That's what this is. That's why he's got it all tattooed all over him. Dude, I bet he's got like black mana, white mana.
No, he's got a Cowboys football helmet on him. Johnny Cash. I don't know. That looks like a
That's
lesbian.
on his arm. I
He's a
imagine
very
all of
confused guy.
fish.
Yeah. I imagine he's like, nah, I want it all done like the artists of Magic the Gathering. And then he started naming them, knew who they were, because he's also a hipster, like you two. This is when somebody goes full tilt.
I'm not laughing at
This
that.
is
I'm
what
laughing
happens
at
when somebody
another
goes full
dono.
tilt.
Pull to.
Another dono that I can't play.
It's a card game.
Yes, sir.
Hey, lock on.
You don't play poker or nothing?
No.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I've watched a bunch of people
poker.
play blackjack
Magic the
in Vegas.
Gathering's not like
Being a white
poker at
man,
all.
it's
Fuck
not.
you.
Yeah, it's not.
I would say it's kind of like poker mixed with.
I know, with
chess.
chess. No,
and
it
then
isn't.
but it hung out around Pokemon too much.
No, it has no relation to poker. Because guess what? Every deck of cards in poker is the same
The
fucking
same.
deck.
Hmm. But the similarity is you can still bluff your opponent.
That's so many sports you can do that. You can do that in football.
Sure.
It's called a juke.
Or a counter.
I don't know what a jukebox has got to do with football, but I'll
or
take your word for it.
boxing.
Or as we
When you
call it
throw
here, a dribble.
feint punch or some shit like that.
It's an
you know?
option offense.
Yeah.
Players. Oh, it's so scary. They were betting so much money. It was terrifying.
Isn't it fun?
Yeah, I enjoy watching, but I have an addictive personality,
Sure.
and particularly when it comes to games.
Sure.
I get very addicted to games, so I have to be very careful because I'm at casinos all the time because I'm at UFC fights, so I'm in Vegas all the time. I cannot be that guy.
Well, Magic's not a gambling game. You don't bet for money. You just play.
Okay.
And it's like, so there's over like,
It's
Jamie,
fucking
would you let me know how
Dungeons
many
and
Magic
Dragons
cards
with cards. That's all it is.
I mean, Dungeons and Dragons is a role playing game.
It's the same
It's a fantasy.
fucking, and you're role playing as your mana style deck. So yeah, that's what it is.
No.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
I wouldn't say you're role playing because you're
It's
just
same
playing the
thing.
cards.
Same thing.
It's more of a strategy based
Lucas,
game.
same thing, right? D&D, Magic Gathering, nerd shit. Same thing.
It's nerd shit, man.
Yeah.
Ken says not knowing sports makes me. I think not knowing sports makes me cool. I don't care. I just don't know sports.
I know a
I'm
good
not
one,
gonna
Eric.
fa-
So
I'm not gonna
Magic the
pretend like I
Gathering
do.
is like fantasy football if you could pay real money for the best players.
I don't
No.
like it. I don't like it.
Ah,
think
because
so.
you like football,
I mean,
but fantasy
I
football
don't
is
like
retarded.
football.
Boo.
I don't like football.
Everything's fucking gay.
Yeah. Professional sports is just a way to have poor people get their money sucked up for stupid shit and not realize what's going on.
I'm trying to think of what other kind of game like Magic. Honestly, the only ones that really like is a almost a direct parallel with is like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh. But I think those are like children's games.
It's like
almost.
chess
Yu-Gi-Oh's
if
like
the
for,
kings of
for
old
weirdos.
could make up their own pieces according to their wealth and power, and you had all sorts of pieces in chess. But you know why it doesn't work with D&D, Eric? Because it's not because you're wrong. It's because D&D is so much gayer than Magic that you don't even imagine. Magic is cards, and you do the cards. Nobody's pretending to be the wizard while they and I'm gonna do the no. D&D is
On the John says they're both just nerd shit. Accurate. We got another dono here.
Nice.
Lord Pepsi executed a lobster with $3.
Well, thank
I'm
you.
a huge Magic player. I play mono white on purpose and boast on how righteous it is.
Yep. I used to play Mono
I
White.
can't lie.
All
I
the
have done
angels. And the-
Yeah, the angels were pretty dope.
Yeah.
And then I discovered the power of slivers, and I built pretty much an unbeatable deck, and I was like, all right, I'm done with Magic. I did what I wanted. I wanted to be a
can't
deck that no one could beat.
I can't remember. Is Magic? Do you just have to take the card off the deck and then the top of the deck and then play it? Is that?
No, you have like a hand.
Oh, you
right?
have a hand.
You buy
Okay.
7.
Yeah, you have a hand of
and then
7
one each
cards,
turn.
and you're building a battlefield.
Oh,
And
and
my-
then you get to pick up cards along the way, right?
Yeah,
So
you
it's
pick up
Go
one every
Fish
turn.
and Dungeons and Dragons. That's what it is. Go Fish and Dungeons and Dragons.
Kinda, but you don't share a deck. That's the
And
difference.
Go
You don't
Fish
share
is
a
not
deck.
a
Whoever-
poker game.
You ever heard about the Lord of the Rings? It's not a trading card game. It's just a collectible card. The CCG. It's considered.
Mhm.
Have you ever heard? I have 3 boxes, like built into one box. It's considered one of the best card games, and there's no boosters. It's the set of cards that comes. It is what it is,
I
and
think
it's
they call
really
those living
strategic.
card games.
A living card game, yeah. It's really
Yeah.
strategic, really it's basically math and stats, and it's cool.
I had the Game of Thrones living card game where you had all the different houses,
Yeah.
and I'd play the Targaryens, which are just like fucking. You just send the dragons out to destroy their
Wait,
land
no,
and
no,
their soldiers.
You just blew my mind. All right.
What?
You
I laid out the bait
you
perfectly.
you played a Game of Thrones card game?
Wait, Eric,
Yeah, it was-
Eric.
It's a.
This
I
hurts my
bet you he
brain.
played. Calm down. I bet you he played solo.
No. It was the starter pack had 4 houses, and like I
That's
had
the
like
way
a
to play
group
solo.
of gaming friends at the Game Ogre that we would like every once in a while be like, hey, let's play something other than Magic. Like there was we played was it Mansion
You
of
were like
Madness, which is
one-
an HP
You were
Lovecraft.
like,
That was pretty dope.
one fantasy card game isn't enough. I need to bring
It was
in
a game
second
store,
fantasy-
Eric. That's what you did there.
Mm-hmm.
You played games. We had one called
Wait a
Pandemic, which I didn't realize how fucking
Were these
prophetic
just
that game was
all
gonna
the
be.
nerds meeting up on Friday night to play board
Yes!
games? That's all this shit was?
Yes!
Why would you go
That's how
there?
I made friends
That
15
sounds
years
terrible.
ago, okay?
Eric, the
I didn't have the
Friday
internet to shit on
night.
people.
The Friday night was magic.
Imagine the smell.
Oh, I got another one.
Ed executed a lobster with $3. I play with a blue deck, and I only play with the deck so I can annoy everyone else playing. Fuck it.
Yeah,
We should have picked our own cotton.
I have friends that were like that. They did.
Counter spell you, and then I turn
this,
this,
and I
counter spell you.
Lord Pepsi a minute ago said slivers are busted as fuck. Yeah, Lord Pepsi. The reason why I got into slivers is because I got tired of people beating me in Magic all the time, and I made a deck where I could make infinite fucking creatures that had like I could basically swing for a guy's infinite life. That was the whole point.
Yeah.
I'm not denying it, Eric. But yeah, that was the whole point. It was one of those decks that if I pulled it out at like a a friendly game, people were like, no, fuck you, I'm not playing
did
that.
it have did that place you
All
were
the
in
ladies
for-
got wet.
No,
No, none of them did.
They had,
None of them ever did over
they had
that.
an electrical fence around the property to keep the pussy from coming in.
Yeah. When the Beatles, when he pulled his deck out, it was like the Beatles.
I'll tell you, Eric, all the pussy that came to that particular game store, you didn't want around.
Nah,
They usually didn't
it
shower
wasn't-
very often.
It wasn't wet, it was sweaty.
Yeah, it was like their hair would be matted and they're still in like week old
What?
sweatpants.
It's fucking the
And
early
it
2000s.
was either they
why
were
do have
too
pussy hair?
skinny. Here's the thing about like nerd girls, at least at that time, they were either too skinny or too fat.
Yeah. Skeletor or
And they
fatty,
both
yep.
dressed exactly the same.
Yeah, they all shop at Hot Topic. We understand that.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. But yeah, I just basically made a deck where I had an infinite number of creatures that could fly, had like Shroud, I think, is where you couldn't block them unless
You
you
don't
had
have to
two or
explain
something
the
like that.
rules of this imaginary nerd card game to me.
But Eric, the point of it was I could do that in 5 turns. That's why it was
Stop
like it was
you're
like
embarrassing
fuck you.
us.
Like that deck did literally everything. It was ridiculous. I was like, why would you even make these cards? I don't know how they weren't even the most expensive cards like out there.
Dude, dude, were you guys just having the meeting of the driest dicks in town? Is that what?
That is actually
We're never gonna
Sausage
touch
party.
a fucking pussy
Believe it or
in our
not, that is
lives.
what we
That's
call
what-
ourselves.
Cracking. It's so good.